Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and I couldn't resist doing one last video in my Nibblings Playhouse before I go back to my own side of the country. If you are new to my channel or just here for the Reading Rush TBR that this promises to be, hi, I'm Kathy. I am visiting my little brother on the opposite side of the country, which is why I'm in a strange filming location, but I love it. I've actually really loved filming in this location, so I'm gonna really miss it when I go home. The Reading Rush, which was formerly the BookTube-a-Thon, is coming up very soon, and I am very excited to read the books for it. I believe the BookTube-a-Thon was the first Readathon that I actually did a TBR for, and back then I thought that I couldn't read 7 books in 7 days, so I did a graphic novel version of it. And now some weeks for some Readathons I'll read like 13 books, so we've come a far way. However, I only have 5 books on this TBR because there isn't the 7th challenge saying read 7 books. So what I'm going to do is do these 5, and then I will read extra books if that's going to get me extra points and extra badges on the site for page reading, because we know that I like getting badges, and that gives me some space to do some mood reading. The first challenge is to read a book with purple on the cover, and for this one I'm going to go with Witchmark. I know that this is a kind of bluey purple, but whatever, I want to read it. This first came on my radar last year when I was at GeekGirlCon in Seattle. Somebody mentioned it. I don't exactly know what it's about besides there's magic and that I'm going to love it, and that's basically all I need to know. I like to go into my books not knowing too much. The second challenge is to read a book sitting in the same spot the whole time. You don't have to do it all in one go, but you do have to read in the same place. I'm going to mix this challenge up with the challenge of read a book with a non-human protagonist. This is a book that was recommended to me in one of my many people recommend me things at cons videos that I did. I just can't remember which one. And because I'm a giant cheater, I'm actually reading the graphic novel version of it rather than the full version of it, because I just wanted to be able to get it all done in one go, even though you don't have to do it all in one go. That would be Redwall, the graphic novel. I know nothing about this besides the protagonist is a mouse. But you know, also appears to be a knight or something like that, so I'm into it. The third challenge is to read a book that you meant to read last year, and I learned about the existence of this book during the second round of the Queer Lit Readathon and immediately put it on my long-form TBR. I think I immediately downloaded the book as well because I found it for like $1 on Kindle. And that is the remaking of Corbin Whale. Again, I know very little about this besides it's queer. Somebody said that they were really enjoying it at the time, and I think it has something to do with the bakery, which is vibes I definitely enjoy. The fourth challenge is to read an author's first book, and Witchmark also works for that. The sixth challenge is to read a book with over 5 words in the title, and I'm going to read you the title so I don't mess it up. The title is Can You Ever Forgive Me? Memoirs of a Literary Forger. Apparently a movie about this person also came out pretty recently, so I've actually had this book on hold for a very long time, but because I'm at the top of the list, I can just unsuspend that hold when I get home from this trip, and I should be able to get the book during the right week. Because if you know me, you know I like to get all of my books for readathons from the library, which means I need to get very creative with my holds list. The 7th and final challenge is to read a book and then watch the movie adaptation. I had to think about this one for quite a while because there's lots of different things where either I've already read the book or I've already seen the movie, and I couldn't really think of one where I hadn't done one or the other, so I figured now is as good a time as any to do a reread of The Hate You Give, because I still haven't seen the movie and I really want to. I absolutely loved this book, gave it 5 out of 5 stars, so I'm more than happy to reread it, and this time I will be listening to the audiobook from my library because I just put it on hold because the person in front of me has it for the next 18 days, so I will get it sometime during that week and make sure that I listen to it, and this means that I can also watch the movie before reading it if I really need to, if that's how my week works out, because I've already read this, so it's not like the movie is going to spoil anything for me. So those are the 5 books I plan to read for the Reading Rush, assuming that all of my holds come in on time. Of course, this also gives me a chance to mood read around these things and just making sure that I get all of these challenges checked off so that I can just really enjoy this first iteration of the Reading Rush. That reminds me, I have links to all of my social media down below, and I added the Reading Rush to it a little while ago, so if you'd like to be my friend on that platform, you definitely can. Check out all my links below. What are you planning to read that week? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!